And they, I'm not in the inner circle in the pro stock deal, so I know they have their issues and what. So I'm not in there, so I don't know exactly everything that's going on.
I'll tell you later.
All I know is it's a really tough class.
Maybe we'll go live over a few iced teas and cheeseburgers in a couple hours. Then you get the real scoop, guys. I want to switch gears here, and this is great stuff here. Speaking of NHRA, speaking of motorsports in general, guys, I don't want to be Debbie Downer here, but we're in a little bit of a pickle. As we can tell, we got two legends. But unfortunately, you guys aren't getting any younger. Neither is the motorsports community, especially when you go to the NHRA races, which we all love. We've been told it's an aging fan base. It's an aging sport. We're going to go to Supercross on Saturday. We're going to see a lot of 20 to 30 something. Even that crowd is getting a little bit up there. There's a big concern that millennials aren't into motorsports. Even a bigger concern that no one talks about Gen Z. Gen Z is the kids that are in high school and college now that they don't even want a car.
Or know how to use a screwdriver.
No.
Amen.
Jackie Bryce is teaching school now, and she teaches righty-tighty and lefty-loosey. And the kids, first thought was, they thought that the left hand was for loosey, and they thought the right hand was for tighty.
Didn't have a clue what she was doing.
Well,
I'm just saying, though, it's not interesting to them right now.
I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you. And the amount of kids who are 16 right now who have no interest in getting their license and simply aren't interested in automobiles is staggering to me, because I know what my mindset was. That was freedom I wanted more than anything. The question I have for you guys, what can be done, if anything, to save motorsports? What's it going to take to get your grandson?
Well, I take him to the shop with me, and I've learned him. He knows how to set it. He's 6 years old. He knows about torque wrenches. He even knows how to set it. I have to help him a little bit to make sure he gets it on the right number, but he knows to pull it steady. He knows what a regular screwdriver is. He knows what a Phillips screwdriver is. He knows what a hammer is. He knows what a pair of pliers is, because we've taught him. When he was a baby, that's the kind of stuff I got him for Christmas, a toolbox, his own toolbox. So he can take stuff apart. So he knows what a hammer is. He knows how to take a hammer and hammer a nail in. He knows how to take a screw and screw it into a hole.
So how do we create more of him?
That's the question. And I tell you and then of course, here I'm going to use the George Bryce. This is just my opinion only. I'm a motorcycle racer, not a psychologist, so I don't have a clue. I think it falls on the parents. Okay, that's just my opinion. You got to spend time with them. And the problem we see today, we have millennials that are parents. You know what I'm saying?
Ding, ding, ding. That's what I'm getting at. Ding, ding, ding. That's what's coming.
Unfortunately, they want to be on their iPad and just they want the key here. Get on your iPad and leave me alone.
That's right.
And that's what's happening. And that's what I have to commend the little town that I live in, and that's what I have to really commend my daughter and her husband on, is keeping them involved in sports, because that's another thing that's going huge. That's going not as good as it should be going.
That's right. We need sports. We need a winner and a loser. Our society is teaching that everybody gets a trophy. And I went to a car show not long ago, and every entrant got a trophy. I'm gonna tell you something. That is sad. Just because you show up, you get a trophy. I got a big problem with that. I think that the ones that work hard and try hard, some protective parents think that their kids are getting slighted because they don't have this and they don't have that. But I'm going to tell you something. They all start at ground zero. And we got to teach them that effort equals results. That's what I want.
And it's exactly what we got to do in our sport right now. Yeah. In our sport, in motorcycle drag racing, it's that's why I try to spend as much time as I can with children at the racetrack.
Great job.
Trying to show them the motorcycle, set them on the motorcycle, try to keep them interested. And it's the same thing we all go. And I know sometimes it can happen at the most inconvenient time, but what's 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes? When we just take that little bit extra time with that young, whether it's a male or female,
impressionable mind.
And you do something to put that impression that sticks with them, and whether they ever come into our sport or not, still they're going to come back and see our sport, because they're going to remember when they were kids.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. And I'm concerned, and I am certainly not anti-technology. As you can see, we've got about 7 phones set up, so I like technology. What concerns me is the lack of drive that we're seeing out of some of these kids now. You guys talked about sports. Wrestling had a big impact on my life. I just went back and talked to my high school coach. He said there's 5 kids on the team, and he can't beg people to come out. No one wants to do it. They want to go home. I also look back, and I think nothing was more exciting to me when I was about 16, 17 than a dirt bike. And I used to feel guilty, like, oh man, I should be studying.
Yeah.
And I still got that done. But now I look back, I had to work on the bike, I had to wash the bike, I had to ride the bike, I had to go push the lawnmower around to buy oil and gas, I had to pay for entry fees. And if I see a kid now who's 15 or 16 who can't get off the couch, I ask the mom, I say, what drives that kid? What do they want to do? And they say, nothing.
Well, you know, when I was coming up as a kid, you know, 5 and 6 years old, and loved race cars, and I used to go up to the Ford dealership where they used to run in Oklahoma. They run sprint cars, basically, is what they are. They were dirt cars, similar to a sprint car, and sweep the floor, empty the trash cans.
They don't want to do it though.
Just to be a part of it, just to be able to go in there and hang out with the guys with the race cars. And I see that at my shop. You know, I've went through some young kids, you know, working for me that unfortunately they want to get paid, and I don't blame them. They want to get paid, but they don't want to do anything to gain that pay. In other words, for God's sake, they don't want to sweep the floor, empty the trash can, or clean the bathroom, or anything like that. That's the stuff where you got to walk before you can run. It's no different than walking. You got to crawl before you walk.
I like that. We're going to get to the sage wisdom of these guys too, but if I can throw a little nugget, and I'm not really that wise, but what Larry just touched on, give something away for free sometime. I'm telling you guys.
Absolutely.
Quick story about me. I might not be sitting here. 2001 World Finals. Okay, I just got to college. I was a nervous 18-year-old geek, and I had a little bit of football announcing experience, and I announced Scooter Kaiser. I said, can I come announce your race? I'll do it for free. He emailed me back and said, it's a fast-paced world. Normally I'd say no. Lewis Bloom had just canceled. He had a prior commitment. He said, if you're willing to do it for free, come on out. That was 2001. If I didn't do that, I might not be sitting here.
No.
Scooter liked what I did. He put me on tour the next year, and then the ball just got rolling, and I got to work with you guys. But to your point, nobody's willing to do anything for free. It's not always money that's the value. Sometimes there's more value than just the money. Just to sit with these guys right now, what I'm learning, bench racing with these guys, tremendous value in that, isn't there, George?
Yeah, I struggle with the same thing that NHRA and NASCAR and all of our motorsports industries is who's next? I mean, where's our fan base coming from? And when you look at the old guys, and I never think I was one until I saw myself on camera today, I realized
that really young man right there.
Yeah. But I'm like Larry, in our minds, we don't see ourselves as old guys, but you guys, I'm thinking to myself, how many 16, 17-year-olds are watching this right now? I think that probably our demographic right now is probably older guys. I mean, there's a few young folks on here, but we have to come up with a way to make this better for them. And what I felt like was important in my day when I was coming up was the hot rod cars, the sound, the look, and getting to go for a ride in one. What's missing for the new kids today, Jackie's 7th and 8th graders and 6th graders, I think she's teaching now, but they don't get to ride in a fast car. They've never even, a fast car for them is a 4-cylinder with a little small turbo. It makes 200 horsepower.
Well, but the Fast and Furious guys are getting older now, and there's nothing that's coming up behind them.
Can you imagine a kid at Jackie's school if we were putting nitrous on a car and go down? You couldn't tell anybody you do it, but you'd go down the road and floor it, push the blue button, or let them push the blue button one time just to see what speed and G-force is. I mean, that's what contaminated me. I wanted to go fast.
Oh yeah, well that was
G-force, man.
Now
you're looking at G-force on the iPhone now, and you can't feel it, but you can see it. You gotta feel the G-force. To me, that's what changed my mind.
It's
and I know you know all about it.
You know, I love the cars too. I love car racing too. So it's all.
I don't have a great answer for you, Jay.
I don't either.
It's a tough one. Well, we want to hear from you. So in the comments, if you have any brilliant ideas, what can we do to continue to grow motorsports? We know NASCAR's in big trouble. It's not 1999 anymore. We all love it. We hope it continues on. I think it's a very wholesome and positive activity to get people off the couch. That's the big thing, what drives you. I think guys in your generation, you go work your job and you had a passion to keep you, to push you through that 9 to 5. You had your family, which was great too, but you also had that hour or two in the garage.
Well, things that, and I agree in this world, things have changed. I mean, there's some things that I wish I could go back in my life, and I know there is with George, and we could, maybe turn them around and maybe not spend that 15 or 16 hours at the shop and go and maybe leave at 8 o'clock at night.
An extra hour at home would have made a big difference.
Right. And
Larry's life his family life went by like the scoreboards do.
Oh yeah.
Mine do too. I mean, we were racing, and if we couldn't have brought the kids with us or the family with us, we would have they wouldn't even known who their daddy was. Either one.
Same here. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope we provided you with a little bit of entertainment. That's always what we aim to do. We love motorcycles. You love motorcycles. Let's keep this thing growing. Check it out, guys. Up here on the wall, 100,000 subscribers. I love it. Thank you so much. It's all because of you. We appreciate it. Please come with any story ideas. We love the comments and the feedback. I read every single one of them. The positivity is always appreciated. And you haters out there, I love you too because you keep me on my toes. Thank you for watching no matter what. Guys, to keep this thing growing, please subscribe to Cycle Drag on YouTube. Hit the bell for notifications. Share with some friends who like drag racing, like motorcycles. This is how we can keep this thing going. And also like cycledrag.com on Facebook. And we'll keep rolling. We'll keep finding those stories. We'll keep finding those impressive high-performance motorcycles that you want to see. Thank you guys so much. Truly appreciate it. You know, if there's anything fast motorcycles involved, we are in. Cycle Drag rolls on.